Hello everypony, Equestria News Daily here for your weekly news stories. Today is January 13th, 2014, so let's get this party started. First off, you guessed it, episode review. Pinky Apple Pie was a very good episode. This was the episode I've been looking forward to seeing since July. The one thing that made me love this episode the most was the song Apples to the Core. Let's listen.
We're apples forever, apples together. We're family, but so much more. No matter what comes, we will face the weather. We're apples to the core. We're peas in a pod, we're thick as thieves. Any cliche you can throw at me. We're here for each other through thick and thin. You're always welcome with your apple can. Whee! You're more fun than the color pink or balloons flying over your favorite drink. The love I feel here is swim, not sink, as we party across this land.
Now, let's hear some Brony's thoughts about this amazing episode.
Okay, so this is the episode where Pinkie Pie finds out that she's related to Applejack. However, the writers kind of left it very open to see how the fandom reacts to it, and I wasn't really a big fan of that. Don't get me wrong, I do like the idea of them saying, there's a whole new family relationship here. But the way they do it is more, they're afraid to see how the fandom reacts by saying, look at this long list that Pinkie can definitely say she's related to them. But then when Applejack and her cousin read it, they say, it's just a smudge here. We can't tell for sure. That seems like the writer's saying, we don't really know how the fans are going to react, so we're going to just make an episode based on how they react on the internet. And that seemed kind of dumb to me. Overall, the song I loved, and I'm pretty sure my family's already sick of hearing it. And the way they acted in this episode was very fun. Overall, I'd have given the episode a 9 out of 10 probably, because I was happy through it. It was fun to watch. There have been worse episodes in the show. It introduced new concepts. It showed new areas that we haven't seen before. But it still loses points because while I was happy for the most part, and that's what the show is trying to do, is make me happy, it still isn't a perfect 10 out of 10 because it wasn't that strong or that strong of a lesson.
So, episode 9 in season 4, yes. This is by far one of my most favourite episodes to come in season 4. Not only was it by far one of the most, I kind of guess you said had one of the most powerful stories in it. A lot of people disagreed with this, but personally I found this episode had a very powerful story by the way how, even at the end, when they are not entirely sure if Pinkie Pie is part of the family, they're still willing to accept people as family and not lower the respect for no particular reason. For the reason of the story, I would have to give this 10 out of 10. It was by far my favourite episode out of all of them. And I don't really know what else I could say about it because the story to me was just so powerful compared to every other episode in season 4.
My Little Dashie is a mini movie based on a story all about a little filly named Rainbow Dash. Today, I have the writer of this amazing story, and his name is Storm XF3.
She is pretty smart for a filly and knows the difference between our species. However, she still knows nothing about her origin. She's just not ready yet. The only thing I can do is keep her happy.
So what gave you the idea for My Little Dashie?
Well, there are 3 main reasons why I decided to make the movie, or should I say mini-movie, a short film. First, it seemed that many people tried to make one, but they all pretty much failed due to not having enough time, or simply because they didn't have the necessary resources. Secondly, I've seen many comments on my videos saying, oh, this guy's capable of doing the My Little Dashie movie and similar things. And thirdly, I wanted to prove that people with unnoticed talents could do great things by working together. So this is when I decided to do the deed. I did a fine selection of unpopular people across the World Wide Web for a few months. I think about 3 or 4 months. And yeah, before starting the actual production of the movie, which I think started around mid-July.
Did you ever expect for your video to get this popular?
No, I didn't really expect the video to be popular since it's just a mini-movie, right? But I think I was proved wrong. I'm actually very happy to see people reacting, reviewing, re-uploading with subtitles with different languages. I mean, of course, I don't really mind the re-uploads as long as people give credit, but Yeah, I'm actually really surprised. The video has already 150,000 views. Yeah, this is great. So,
I knew you could break the sound barrier, but to actually do the Rainbow Part 2, my mind was blown. So the initial explosion caused a ton of broken windows and set off car alarms in the next county. We rushed home before anyone could arrive at the field. I was lucky, none of my windows were broken. Though that was her highlight of the day, mine was just moments ago.
Just a quick question. What is your favorite pony?
that is a difficult question for me to answer, as I don't really have a favorite pony. But I guess I could say that I like Lyra the most. Well, maybe because she fantasizes about hands and stuff. I really like reading fictions about her, actually. Yeah, so I could say it's Lyra. Or maybe Bonbon or something like that.
Lastly, do you have anything to say to the fans of My Little Dashie?
Interesting. The only thing I could say to the least is, whatever you do, in the name of the history of mankind and ponykind since the formation of the solar system, according to quantum law, relativity, and stuff like that, don't you ever try to steal Dash's book. At home, right, guys? I only survived these attacks of hers because I did so a million times. Alright.
Living in this area, I see trash all the time. Boxes and plastic bags littered the streets and empty fields. Rarely would I see a cardboard box that isn't crushed in one way or another. It's just sitting there, sad and alone, among the broken concrete and overgrown grass. It doesn't move or stand out as if it were special. It's just an ordinary brown cardboard box. Inside is a sleeping, filly Rainbow Dash. There is not a physical or a mental or extraterrestrial way how this could be here. How she could be here.
You like My Little Pony? Do you want more episodes? Well, guess what? We got a new season full of your favorite ponies. Season 5 has been confirmed and all the bronies are so excited for the season. Also, BronyCon will be around for 2 more years. That's right, BronyCon is confirmed in 2015 and 2016 BronyCon. I might try and make 2014, but if not, I will be here 2015 and 16. Remember the game Slender? Well, he finally made an appearance in the latest episode. This picture shows our skinny little friend wanting to see what Goldie was up to. That is it for Equestria News Daily. Make sure to check out my Instagram, Brony Square, and my radio show live every Sunday. Today's line is from Luna. Haha, the fun has been doubled. That's totally me when I have finals week. Have a great week and we'll see you back here on Monday.